With more than 23,000 Indian women now living in New Zealand, their experiences are as diverse as their work choices. A new book entitled Sari is all about challenging the status quo. Jemima with that story.
The sari is quintessentially Indian. For many Indian women, the sari is a symbol of their womanhood, for it represents their Indianness in its myriad textures, rich embroidery and vivid shades. So reads the epilogue in Edwina Pio's new book, Sari, a collection of stories about Indian women in New Zealand and their life and career choices. Edwina was born in India, giving her first-hand experience of what it's like to start afresh.
The book is about Indian women at work in New Zealand. It spans 5 generations, right from the time when Indians came here in the 19th century to the present time. So women in business who have their own enterprises, women who are doctors, nurses, lawyers, teachers, salespersons, dairy owners. I think I call the book Sari because Sari really represents Indian women. So the moment you see the word sari, I think the image of an Indian woman would come to your mind.
The colourful diversity of the sari is a metaphor for the equally diverse range of women and their stories.
India is such a diverse country with 1.03 billion people. And therefore the Indian women who come from different parts of the country do have different ways of thinking, different ways of acting, different ways of dressing. And I think therefore, I tried to provide a spectrum of that through the book.
A spectrum with a common thread running through the stories of women's hidden power and strength. It tells the stories of over 30 women who have triumphed over adversity. Vasanthi Unka made the unusual choice to study graphic design at AUT when most Indian teenagers picked economics or business. Vasanthi and her sister were among the first Indians to take that course.
It was pretty difficult and pretty different in those days for Indians to go and follow an art path because, probably because you're supposed to be making money, you're supposed to be doing something a little bit more tangible than arty.
Features editor at the Downunder, Farida Master, also raised eyebrows when she traded her life as editor for some of India's hottest magazines for a much slower pace here in New Zealand. She says it was not easy to build her life from scratch.
Exciting ideas. That's me.
You came here, you were an absolute nobody. And I remember thinking at that point of time that forget dropping your ego. It's about ego chutney. I don't know whether you understand the term, but you know, it's like you have to absolutely do away with what you were and build your life all over again, which is quite a tough proposition. It's easier said than done.
Farida's story and others like her were given voice in the book, which was well received by readers such as Thomas Longy.
This is a very important book. It's important for a number of reasons, but perhaps above all, it is important because it closes the gap between perception and reality. And actually, relatively little is known about this segment of society. This book helps to understand and reflect on their experiences. And what is more, it is a clever book in that it allows us an insight from the perspective of Indian women migrants themselves.
Because for me, one of the major challenges was to create an equilibrium when people read the book. So if an Indian person reads the book, they feel that I have really been able to correctly represent their issues, including their feelings of prejudice. And for the Pakia people, I mean, we are all a product of our history. So, you know, I didn't want anyone to feel guilty when they read the book. That's definitely not the purpose of the book. So they've enjoyed reading it because it's been interesting, it's been informative, and I think it's presented issues in a palatable manner.
Edwina hopes the book will portray the colourful fabric of Indian women, their lives and experiences within New Zealand for others to share and draw inspiration from.